watching the KSmack video channel.
The location is top secret. I can't tell you where I am or when I made this video. I put together this little demonstration video for you to teach you how you can legally cheat at volleyball. Okay, cheating's the wrong word. Cheating is unethical and it's bad. Now what you're about to see is not cheating. It is simply bending the existing rules of volleyball to give your volleyball team a big advantage over your opponent. The demonstration you're about to watch was taught to me years ago by a very knowledgeable volleyball guru. Because no one has ever put a name on this, I decided to call it the KSmack KAPER. KSmack KAPER was designed with Coed Sixes volleyball in mind. 3 men and 3 women on the court, but it also works for mixed sixes, 4 men and 2 women on the court. Beach or indoor volleyball, it doesn't matter.
Introducing the KSmack KAPER.
First, you're going to need 4 men for your Coed Volleyball team. There they are now, numbers 3, 5, 7, and 9. Next, you're going to need 4 women for your team. Let's number them 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now it's time for your starting lineup. It is very important you position your players exactly as you see here. You want to start your 2 men in the front row in positions 3 and 4, but also notice 3 guys are together, 3 girls are together. Okay, the match begins. A little action takes place, you win the point, but now it's time to rotate. Yes, this is the first time your team rotates. Now if you notice, the 3 guys end up in the front row. You have 3 guys blocking and hitting. This is good, and you're there for both side outs for your team and when the other team serves at you. It's game on again. More action takes place now. The other team is eventually going to get the side out, but you're going to win it back, and that means your second rotation. Take a look. You're now left with 2 guys in the front row, along with the 1 girl who just moved up from the back row. Okay, it's at this point you put your plan into action. You call for a substitution. At this point you make the clever switch. You take off female player who's number 4 and you replace her with male player number 9. Yes, the other team and the referee are going to notice this right away and they're going to say, you can't do that, that's illegal because you have 4 guys on the court now. This is where you put step 2 of your plan into action. You call for another substitution. But to the other team's surprise, you sub out male player number 7 and you replace him with female player number 8. You have just pulled off a double substitution. You've replaced a female with a male, but then a different male with a different female. You still have your 3 guys in the front row. You still have 3 men and 3 women on the court. You haven't broken any rules yet. You've had 3 big blockers at the net since the start of the game. And the referee blows for serve, and more action takes place on the court. Eventually, the time comes when you win back the serve, and it's time for your 3rd rotation. But that's okay because you still have 2 of your guys in the front row, numbers 3 and 9. You're still strong. You're still looking good. Okay, the match continues. More court action takes place, and eventually it's time for you to rotate again. Now it's your 4th rotation. Ah yes, that means for the first time in this game, you now have 1 guy in the front row along with the 2 girls. But that's okay. The referee blows the whistle. The match continues until it's the 5th time for you to rotate. Aha! The other team notices your 3 girls are now in the front row. They've got you, right? Nope, you call a substitution. Ah yes, you guessed it. You reversed the 2 substitutions you made earlier, replacing girl number 8 with guy number 7. Likewise, your guy number 9 must come out, and back in goes girl number 4. Now, if you scan the court quickly, you'll notice guy players 7, 5, and 3 are eventually going to rotate around to be in the front row altogether again. Okay, more action took place on the courts. It's time for your 6th rotation. Let's see what happens. Now you have 2 guys in the front row again. Okay, you can see where this is going. As you continue to rotate, your team always has 2 or 3 guys in the front row at all times, usually matched up against 1 guy from the other team. In fact, it takes until the 11th rotation before all 3 of your girls get into the front row together and you can't substitute anymore. But by then, the game is probably over. You've had such a huge lead from the big blocks you've had. It's a great advantage, a psychological ploy. This can be a very cagey strategy in a 3rd game that's only going to 15 points where you want to jump out to an early lead. Of course, the one drawback is that you have to have 8 players on your team or it's just not going to work. I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration of how the KSmack KAPER works and that your team will be able to use it in the near future to give yourself a big advantage over your opponent. Now you know how to legally cheat, nope, not cheat, bend the rules in volleyball to help out your co-ed team. You've just heard how to pull off a KSmack KAPER on the KSmack video channel.